Hi everybody, I'm Al Davidson. Welcome to the Quick Start dashboard training video. I'm going to give about a 5-minute tutorial here on how to operate our program dashboard. We're going to start with how to log in. And so if you're on the web, please go over to manageyourleads.com. That's our website. And if you page down off the home page and look to the left-hand side at the very bottom, you'll see a client login. If you double click on that, you'll come to a login page. In here, we most likely have already sent you your username and password. And so you want to go ahead and enter your username and the password that we sent to you and click login. And then that should get you right into your program dashboard. Now I'm on the SSM demo dashboard today, but your dashboard should look identical to this. So in this quick start video, I'm going to kind of just walk you through what's on the dashboard and just give you a basic familiarity of what things are, what do they mean, and then in some of the other videos that we'll do, we'll drill down into some of the specific functionality of certain sections of the dashboard. So the very first section of the dashboard that you see, I like to call this the scoreboard because here very quickly in a summary fashion, it just kind of shows you how many total dials we have made in your program, how many successful contacts we've had, and then how many total leads, A-leads, we've had. These are A-leads are typically appointments and phone conferences. Web demos can be listed in this particular area. It's any lead that begins with the letter A as a lead rank. And there are also going to be level 1 leads, which will be listed here. And then the section right below that is competitive information, and that's where we store not interested responses or mailing list leads or B leads. All of that will be below the level 1 section of the dashboard. So I like to call that the scoreboard because the dashboard is real time, and each time you log in to the dashboard, you're going to get a retally of those numbers. So very important to refresh your dashboard. If you happen to log in and you leave it sitting open, it will not refresh itself. You'll need to periodically refresh the dashboard. The next section of the dashboard is called the A-lead section, and so you'll notice here that there are 2 leads sitting below the A-lead section. And then if I page up a little bit more into the level 1 section, you'll see a whole bunch of leads listed here. And this is really the format that we're displaying leads in. And if you actually would like to see the detail on a particular lead, you would point your mouse to a particular record. In this particular case, I'm going to open up the Coquiva record, and you would simply point your mouse there and double click, and then a web dialog box will open, and this is where you can see more detailed information on the lead. And each time you open up the dialog box, the first tab called lead information is the one that automatically opens up. For the purposes of this quick start video, we'll be looking really at these 2 tabs, the first 2 tabs, lead information and script responses. In lead information, you're going to see things like company name, contact name, job titles, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, things like the lead rank or the appointment date and time. This is all kind of your basic lead information, which is going to be visible to you. Also, there is a customer notes section on all of our lead profiles on the dashboard. Down below, you're going to see some icons. You can print this lead. You can also update the notes on this lead. So you can simply click on that, and then you'll see that the notes are chronological. So if you want to update a particular lead date, you would select that and then double click, and then you can actually type directly in to that section of the dashboard, and it will actually update. As you can see behind here, it went ahead and updated that information. Over here, there's also something called add a note, and this would be to add a brand new note, and we'll call this test 2, and we'll click save, and you can see now that in the customer notes section, we've actually added a note. Now, when you add notes here, you're actually talking to the SSM team. So you can go ahead and give us strategy points, tips, suggestions, any kind of coaching you'd like, any information about a lead, you can go ahead and type directly in here. And when you're typing into this notes section on the dashboard, you're actually typing directly into our CRM that's back in the shop. So the next time we go to this record and we open it up, we're going to see your note there. You can also, if you notice down below, there's another button here called Send as Email, and the default recipient of this particular email is SSM. We default an email address into this section called feedback@managerleads.com, and you can simply come in here and type whatever you'd like. You can give us a brand new message, anything you'd like to tell us. You're not editing a note, you are adding a new note here, and so this would be new information. And once again, it can be strategy points or tips or suggestions or coaching, any kind of information that you'd like to relay to us. And you simply would click send, and then that has gone back to us now through normal email channels, and we will be able to respond back to you in any way. So I'm going to close this up and just now show you the other sections of the dashboard. You'll notice that as I mentioned, this was the A lead section, and now I'm moving down a little bit to the level ones. The level ones, these are qualified leads that we have moved through the script. There's receptivity level. Excuse me. These are early stage opportunities, and we are working on these opportunities and working to convert them into appointments for you. There is also an opportunity, if you'd like to work on some of these leads, you can communicate with us right from the dashboard and simply tell us that you would like to work a lead, and then in order to do that, I'll show you how to do that right now. You would go to double click on a particular lead, and then open up the lead information folder, and then you can click send as email, and then you can say here, please note that we would like to follow up on this lead. And if you, in other words, you're communicating to us that you would like to work on this particular level 1 lead, and in doing so, you click send, and then that opportunity, that whole record is coming back to us, and we will see that you would like to do the work on that opportunity, and then we'll come in and change the lead rank and move that lead from the level 1 section. We'll move it up to the A lead section, that way we're not going to be working on it. You're going to be working on it. And then if you'd like to, after a week, if you're unable to make contact with that prospect, if you'd like to then push that lead back to us, you could go ahead and do that same process with the lead that's sitting up in the A section by telling us you'd like us to take that lead back and continue to work on it and attempt to convert it into an appointment. The next section of the dashboard are B leads, and B leads are leads where the prospect is interested but has kind of pushed us out on the calendar quite a bit, and so this might be an opportunity that needs follow-up in 6 months. And what we would do is over here we would put a follow-up date on that B lead. So you might come into your dashboard and see a long list of B leads and that have follow-up dates attached to them, and they'll be sorted here. And you can, you can do the follow-up work on those, or you can reassign them to us to do that follow-up, that long-range follow-up work. The next section of the dashboard is called NALs, and this means not a lead. And this is where we keep the not interested responses. So this is kind of a value add to the program. We like to ask folks if they do go not interested, we'd like to ask them why, and we like to capture that information. It becomes really good business intelligence information, and you can see the not interested is listed here, and you can simply page through them and hopefully glean some good information, some critical information that might be significant to the rest of your marketing efforts. And then down below, the final section of the dashboard is called mailing lists, and this is where we've had a quick conversation with prospects. They are typically not interested conversations, but these folks were asked if they would like to stay on your mailing list, your email list, and we've gotten permission for you to email them on an ongoing basis. These records can be added to your email list if you're sending out an email newsletter or interesting content as a part of an email marketing program. One last thing I'd like to just show you before we sign off on this quick start, and that is the use of the labels on the dashboard. And if this looks a little bit like Excel spreadsheets that are embedded into a web page, that's exactly what they are. And so they operate very much like an Excel spreadsheet, where you can actually sort the spreadsheet by the columns. And if you simply click on, point your mouse and click on the company label here, you'll see that the dashboard, that section of the dashboard actually sorts. And so all of these labels are actually sortable. And then furthermore, if you're looking for a particular record, you can actually open up this little window, and there all the company names will be visible, and this allows you to find a record quickly, and then when you click on that, only that record will be visible in that section of the dashboard. And it's just a kind of a quick and easy way to find a record. So once again, all of these little windows that sit under the labels can be used in that particular manner. Okay, so this has been the quick start video. I hope this has been helpful. Once again, stay tuned for other videos that we'll be having that will drill down into other topics and other functionality. Okay, thanks so much for listening.